Hello, folks. It's Butter Bob, and tomorrow is coming up on a kind of a big event for my weight loss journey. August 7th, which is tomorrow, will be my 200th day on the carnivore diet. And I wanted to show you my progress. I started in January 19th of this year, and this is today. So you see, I had a pretty big belly. In fact, it was about 53 and a half inches. And today my waist is under 40 inches, not much, but a little bit under 40 inches. So today, August 6th, I weigh 212 pounds. I say, I estimated my weight in the beginning because I didn't weigh. So I had to figure out about how much it was. So on January 19th, I was 53 inches around my belly button. And throughout this weight loss journey, I found that each inch off my belly button was approximately 5.33 pounds, 5.33. In other words, for every 5 pounds and 0.33 that I lose, I lost about an inch off my belly. So right now I'm a little under 40 inches at the belly button. So I've lost a total of 13 and a half inches from my belly from the very beginning. And that 13 and a half inches at an average of 5.33 pounds gives me a starting weight of around 285 pounds. Now, I wish I had weighed it first, but I didn't. It would have been easier to do the calculations, but whether we do it the hard way or the easy way, I've lost 72 pounds since January the 19th and 13 and a half inches since January the 19th. So 72 pounds in 200 days ain't bad, folks. I'm very pleased with it. My goal, at least for now, is somewhere around 190 to 195 pounds. So I still need to lose about 17 to 22 more pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I'm not planning on being as skinny as the old Butter Bob was, but I think it'd be a good weight for an older man like myself. Back in my Butter Bob days, I got down into the 160s, and when I look back on those pictures, I was way too skinny at that weight. Uh, and with the extra skin I have, I'm never going to be a swimsuit model. So I think around 190 should be a good weight. It'd be healthy for me. And so that's my goal right now. We'll see what happens when we get down to that weight. And folks, I have to admit this time around, this losing weight this time has been easier than it was back in 2013 when I was first losing weight. It's been much easier for most of the time. And what I really mean is just easier. It's been easier because I've discovered the work of Dr. Annette Bosworth. That's the reason it's been easier. And I started testing my ketones and my glucose with a KETO MOJO back in May the 10th of this year. So, about 3.5 months, about really close to about 4 months into my weight loss journey. And, it took the guesswork out for me, folks. I learned to get my numbers good, I had to eat as early in the day as possible instead of eating late. And I learned that some foods do affect me more than others. Like fish lowers my sugar levels and increases my ketones more than beef does, actually. But because I know I can still eat beef and lose weight, and because I don't like fish, I've stuck with the beef. And back in 2013 and 2014, I lost 150 pounds. And, I learned another lesson back then that I've carried over into this weight loss journey this time. Your menu should be as simple and as boring as you can stand it. Now, people don't want to hear that, but it's true. Of course, there's going to be days when you have to change it up, maybe a family event or something's going on. But most days, your diet should be simple and boring, just as boring as possible. And most days, I tell you what I eat. I eat one of 3 meals almost every day since I've been doing this diet. I either eat a pound of hamburger, I take a pound of hamburger and I patty it into 2 patties, and I grill it about medium rare on my gas grill, and I eat that in the morning. Or I have a half a pound of hamburger with 2 kielbasa beef sausages, which have 1 one carbohydrate per link. The links are pretty good size. They're about this big. So that's very filling. And then much less often I'll have a pound of ribeye steak for cost's sake. I do love it, but it's expensive to eat it every day, but I do eat it. So that's basically my menu, folks. I mean, there it is, simple. And I figure I'm eating to live, not living to eat. Now I don't test anymore. I don't have to. I know if I eat in the morning and eat one of those meals and walk every day, the weight will just steadily come off. And it has been, folks. It's been coming off somewhere around a third of a pound a day on average. Now, there's weeks when it doesn't, but if I average up everything from May till now, that's where the average is, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. And as far as walking, like I used to do walking videos with my son. My son and I still walk together. We haven't been doing videos, but maybe we will in the future. So I walk somewhere just barely under 2 miles every day in the morning, and walk with my son every day. And then on the weekends, I walk by myself. And then some days, no, maybe half the days, I'll go back and walk another 2 miles in the afternoon, and usually by myself. But I'm not too consistent for the afternoons. It just depends on how hot it is, and if I've got something going on. But I've tried to be consistent with that, just not as much as mornings. Now, as far as testing goes, we're not going to get into that. I've made a whole fasting playlist on my website about the testing with the Keto Mojo, the glucose and testing. So I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you are curious about that, want to learn more, there's a bunch of videos on there, especially my video with Grandma from Grandma's Crochet Corner. It's very informative, and I think that'll help you if you do want to do that. If not, you should just follow my lead and try to eat as early in the morning as you can, or as many hours away from your sleeping time as you can. That'll get your sugars down at night and your ketones up at night. But it's good to test to find out what foods are doing to you, because honestly, most people are going to find out they're eating too much. That's what they're going to find out. And they're eating it too late at night. Now, a lot of people turned off by me talking about this. It's not been popular. It's frustrating to me. But I think some people like to listen to the grifters, I guess. I don't know. I've just told you the truth. You can take it or leave it. I'll take my success, and I'll take the success of others who have tried it. But if you want to do something else, or you think this is bad, then don't do it. That's fine with me. So before I started testing, I was losing very slow. I was losing an average of I'm losing about an average of a third of a pound a day right now. Before that, I was losing maybe a fifth of a pound per day. So it was very, very slow then. And folks, it's not magic. It's just getting your sugars lower and your ketones higher while you sleep. And that's when your body likes to lose weight anyway. So, that's what you can do. And that's what's made losing weight easier this time than it was last time. So folks, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I mean, I hope that it's been informative to you. And tomorrow is my 200th day update, and I'm doing really well. I've enjoyed my summer. I've done a lot of reading. I just finished rereading The Lord of the Rings, which was so enjoyable. No matter how many times you read it, it's still enjoyable. And I pray that the Lord will continue to bless you and your family. I'm going to continue to update. And I've got a conference I'm going to in September here in Tennessee. It's in Bern, Tennessee. It's the low carb convention, and Dr. Barry will be there. Carrie Mann will be there. Dr. Avadia, a lot of others that I have never met before, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'll be very close to goal by then. We'll see. Depending on what happens, and I'll try to keep you updated. Goodbye, folks.